It just so happens that more people watch our videos without a subscription than with it. Let's fix it. Subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you won't miss anything interesting about the Star Wars universe, and we will be very pleased by this. Your subscription is the best support for us. Thank you all in advance. In the last few months, almost on a daily basis, I've begun to notice how many people are asking Disney to recognize the Star Wars sequels as not canon, meaning the 7th, 8th and 9th episodes. Moreover, people also believe that Disney is really capable of doing this. Take, for example, this whole story about Luke with green milk and about Rey Skywalker Palpatine or whoever she is, and label them as some alternative reality. Disney has invested so much in the development of their sequels that there simply is no way back. And the most annoying thing is that Disney does not agree with our opinion because the sequels brought them very good money and they were able to create their own fan base, oddly enough. From the point of view, they are evil. It is we who look at these failed episodes as sort of experts of this universe who more or less understand its foundations and the motivation behind each character. We know exactly how it cannot be, and we know how this or that hero should look so that he does not seem like a jock and could retain his identity prescribed to him by Lucas. But there is a very young audience as well who don't agree with our opinions either. For many, the sequels are the first Star Wars films, and when young guys watch them in isolation from everything else, they didn't think these episodes were bad. They just happened. We are all so different, but the Star Wars universe unites us. In addition, Disney is not trying to rewrite the events of the sequels, but on the contrary, they smoothly bring us to them, showing in different projects certain makings for a sad sequel. For example, the planet Ilum in the game Fallen Order, which slowly began to be rebuilt into a Starkiller base, the battle over Jakku in Battlefront 2, or an early version of Snoke in the second season of The Mandalorian, and this whole topic with cloning in the Bad Batch, which clearly creates solid ground for Palpatine's return in the so-called 9th episode. I'm afraid to disappoint you, no one will cancel or reshoot these sequels. It's impossible. However, the soft reboot of the Star Wars universe has already begun. Even more, this very reboot is in full swing right now. How so? Let me elaborate more. While other cinematic universes like Marvel or DC are talking about some kind of massive reboots, Lucasfilm have quietly started to execute it in its own manner. When Disney just bought the rights to the Star Wars universe, they made a lot of mistakes trying to shoot new episodes as soon as possible and work off the money invested. The corporation wanted to make things the easy way and not really go into details, invite famous actors and shoot just something, and of course it did not find success. But later, Disney finally came to their senses and revised their approach to Star Wars, and thus we got a really good continuation of the original trilogy, which lasts to this day. Conveniently, 30 years have passed between the 6th and 7th episodes. This is a huge period of time. You can fit so many TV shows and movies into it that it will be enough for a couple of decades of active storytelling. In other words, you can develop the universe as much as you need and show the main characters and events in the galaxy as they were in the old canon. Lucasfilm will shoot 10 more TV series and a couple of new episodes in this time period, and there will still be 15 years left before the events of The Force Awakens, so the writers' hands are untied. Dave Filoni, the direct successor of George Lucas himself, was promoted relatively recently, and now he directly runs the further development of the universe. As I told you in one of the previous videos, Dave has incredible respect for Lucas and everything that he realized and wanted to realize for Star Wars, and he did not have time to do a lot. So at the moment, Filoni is trying to embody the unrealized ideas of his mentor in the new series in the so-called Mandoverse, which we are watching right now. In addition, Filoni himself once said that he adores the old Star Wars book canon and plans to slowly recreate it in new projects, which he is already doing. That's why we see the characters and events associated with them as they should be. At least it doesn't cause shame and disgust. Disney gave Dave all possible resources, helped attract respectful and talented people to work on his projects who previously worked together with Lucas, and there is such a warm family atmosphere on the set. In simple terms, this Mandaverse, which is a whole multi-layer story of infinite length, has become a priority. Disney and Lucasfilm see the development of Star Wars precisely within this time period and are not in a hurry to bring the story to the sequels. This is a soft reboot. And at the same time, look at what's happening with the direct sequel called The New Jedi Order. The director, God knows who, the screenwriters, who knows, and so on. The team responsible for this so-called 10th episode has changed many times. Moreover, according to trustworthy insiders, Disney bosses have set a condition for Kathleen Kennedy. If the 10th episode fails, she will leave the post of president of Lucasfilm. As you can see, even Disney doesn't really believe in the success of the sequel. The corporation wants to earn $1 billion again and return to the big screens with a high-profile project, but this is such a big risk. It is much safer for them to invest in Dave Filoni's projects and contribute to the continuation of Lucas's legacy by recreating the old canon, rather than agreeing to adventures from Kathleen Kennedy again. Therefore, such a picture emerges that Mandaverse has now become the flagship of Star Wars, and Disney considers this time period in the universe a priority, while the New Jedi Order and the return of Rey Skywalker Palpatine are in a huge gap, as if it has nothing to do with what is happening right now. But it's a pity that all this soft reboot will not help get rid of the feeling of uselessness of all of this. And although we see good old Luke teaching baby Grogu, the majestic Grand Admiral Thrawn and his plans to revive the Empire, the New Republic and the heroes of the past, anyway, we know how it will all end by the 7th episode. And it's sad. Anyway, now Lucasfilm is offering something interesting, and at the moment, the Star Wars universe is moving in the right direction. And you know, this is the case when the path is more important than the final goal, because the current path is beautiful and the final goal is a swamp. Write in the comments what you think. Do you like what is happening in the Star Wars universe right now, and do you want to change anything? That's it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you very soon. May the Force be with you.